All right, let me explain striking channels and the removal of Patreon. When you strike someone's channel, you get 3 strikes and then it's disabled. It's down. You can't use it. You can't make money. You can't upload videos. But if you have 1 strike, you could still do what you do. If you have 2 strikes, you can do what you do. But 3, you're done. So if you strike someone's channel, I try to explain this to somebody. You could still do your thing. But if you get 3, you're down. What happened to me is my Patreon is gone. It's removed. And when they do that, they refund all the money. Now I'm hearing people are getting refunds. Some of them are prorated. Some of them are paid in full. So I don't know exactly. This is my first time dealing with all of this. And I know people are annoyed. But guess what? So am I. It's I was talking to somebody on the phone. It's a good chunk of my income. So it's something nobody should have to deal with, especially if you're a creator or a streamer or a podcaster or a comedian or whatever the case may be. Whatever I am. I don't know what I am. On the Mud Shark, the man in black, Mr. I-75, the has-been baller, the Lawson's chip dip consumer, the 2.4 GPA general studies major from Kent State University. It's talking about my community today. Like I called into a Rocco show because I heard they were talking about me, and then attention seeker Big Black, of course, has to call in because it always has to be about him. And then we talked about how he comes in here and he the community by making it all about him and trolling me. And I said, yeah, we have a nice community here. Don't f it up by trying to get attention to your drawn to yourself. So there's a poll. What should I do about the $1,500? Now, before I get into this, I have not accepted it. And I will not mention the person who sent it to me. I won't say anything about that because I've reached out to people this morning. I've talked to people on the phone about it, what I should do. Because there's a lot of things still circulating. There's a lot of things still pending. A lot of things being investigated. Things aren't as they seem. Things aren't on the up and up. And as you know, I'm a man of integrity when it comes to my community. I've worked very hard to build this. Not by ball washing or teaming up with people. I just did it with like-minded individuals where we're all the same. No one's better than the other, in my opinion. We're all equals. So at the same time, I want to let people know I can't be bought. And 2, if there's some, you should be held accountable. Now, I'll just go ahead and say this. $1,500 does not cover my Patreon loss for the month of November. And after that, what about December if I don't get the Patreon back? There's a lot to weigh in on. And if somebody were to strike the channel, should they just not be accountable for their actions? Or should they continue to pay me my monthly nut because they falsely struck a channel featuring 2 public figures? So I put up a poll. What should I do about the 1,500? In last place, I gave the option, give it to Ray for beer and hot dogs. That has 10%. Coming in at third place at 12% is Neil Sucks, a little homage to Kevin Brennan polls. Third place, give it back. He's up to something at 35%. And in first place, take the money and run at 43%. And there's 222 votes. Thanks for voting. We'll check in on that after the show. A lot's to be discussed, lots to talk about, because I can go in a million different directions with this. I've had somebody offer me, and I won't put their business out there, $3,000 to send it back. And it's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about. But because of the month of November being refunded back to the patrons, it's a good chunk of change to pay bills. So it's up to you guys. There's a lot of information that's come across my desk to say otherwise, but again, I'm not going to be saying this person's name. I'm getting messages all day long. Thank you so much for all the concern and support. You should be able to make a lot more money on that platform because you can put special things out there and create different price points. So people are giving me options, and if I don't get the Patreon back, where to go next if I don't get it back. Oh, by the way, if you're watching on X, Twitter, the artist formerly known as Twitter, go ahead and come on over to YouTube, hit subscribe, jump in the chat, be a part of it. I'm broadcasting on X to build to YouTube and also to test out X. I talked to OJ in the morning. He's going to help me set up a Rumble because who knows where this is going, knowing this maniac psycho, the Duke, is lurking. Now, as you know, Stuttering John is flying back to Florida today from freeloading off his mother. And he said he was coming to fight me anytime, anywhere, name the place. I've named it a million times. He still won't listen. He says, meet me in Sarasota, even though I said I was already in Sarasota for 4 days, and he still didn't show up. So yesterday on MLC, I said, I'll just come to your house now. So clip this, get it to him, Stallion 19. Good to see you back, by the way. Misery loves clips, my lost interest. I will come to your home. You name the place, you name the time. Now, Kevin Brennan said he'll pay for my gas money. I need people to film it. I need witnesses. I've already said John can throw the first punch. I won't press charges. I'm willing to take the first punch, John. I want you to hit me badly. I'm not going to sue you. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not a bitch like you. You're a bitch. I want to see you throw a punch at me. I want it on film. And I'm allowed to punch back. Those are the rules. But in case you try to go legal action, we'll have it documented that you threw the first punch. And I was defending myself. So you name the place, you name the time. I'll drive out to Cape Coral. It'll be great. Road trip down I-75. Vacation style. Be fantastic. We'll stop off in Sarasota. Maybe get a bite to eat at the Yard House. Yummy, yum, yum. Maybe stop off in Port Charlotte, go to Visani's, get a steak. Delicious. Ooh, maybe a parm dinner.